Starting. Hey, we're live. Hey, folks, thanks for tuning into the BAM podcast. I am your reverberated host, Mike Lafferty, and we are here today to do episode 2 of Retrostar. It's a campaign I've been mentally calling Hard Traveling Truckers, or Hard Traveling Space Truckers. And with us today is the author of Retrostar, Mr. Barrett Blackburn. How you doing, Barrett?
I'm pretty good. Yourself?
I am living the dream, man. Living the dream.
As are we all.
As well as Jacob Blackman. How you doing, Jacob?
I am well, thank you.
Cool. And I guess we should tell everybody who we're playing, right?
Sure. We can do that. Or I can. Yeah, that's fine.
All right. I am playing the Big O, who was the African American fellow in the first Aliens movie.
Yaphet Kotto, right here.
Yaphet Kotto. Yep, that guy. And we're driving a rig called the Eclipse. My co-pilot is Walt. Who's your character?
Rudy. I am the anti-establishment dude with great hair.
Yeah, played by Joe Strummer of The Clash.
Oh, cool. And Jacob, who are you?
I am playing Hale, the macho yet sensitive outlaw who drives the rig known as the Comet.
All right, yes. Cool. And eighth character, played by Catherine Bach, Dukes of Hazzard fame. And what was her name in Pictureberg?
Helena.
There we go.
And she is, her rig is the Pink Moon.
Okay.
All right. So, we have gone to commercial. We are returning from Act 3. Just to refresh everyone where we left off, Big O, you rolled a 6, which is an utter failure. And Rudy, I believe you rolled a 7, sort of in the navigation of things. We left with the implication that you guys were going to be in trouble. That sound right to everyone?
A lot.
We saw police vehicles chasing them as they shot off into space.
Exactly. And we have the what we established was you guys were at a planet. You met up with an old military buddy of Hale and Big O's, and he's looking to rob a bank, ostensibly. We don't need to get into sort of the terminology. And the player characters are not necessarily super enthused by this plan. And that is where we left off. So I am going to ask Rudy a question. So Rudy, would you, given the choice, would you stick with the Big O no matter what, or would you choose a better option?
Ride or die, man. Ride or die.
Ride or die. Great. All right. So we're going to open up. Where the camera comes down, we see Big O in the middle of a gladiatorial arena. Big O, I'm going to need some sort of fight roll from you, which will be an adventure roll, and I'm going to make an opposed roll. You are fighting against a fellow human. You guys have like big sticks. We pan around. There's a large crowd. The crowd is mostly Kanamai, who are sort of like the dog alien people who are definitely not good. But there are some humans in the crowd. They are cheering, and we see Rudy sitting up in sort of one of the boxes up in the crowd there. And so that's where we are going to start. So we are going to make opposed rolls, Big O.
All right, how many D6 do you want me to roll?
So, assuming you're using adventure, and we have, just to refresh everyone, you guys have used 4 of your 11, or 4 of your, what are we, 1, 2, 4, 5, yep, 4 of your 11 spotlight tokens, and Hale's used a special effect. Big O has not used any special effects. So, so you would be rolling 3 dice normally because your adventure is 1. If you want to do anything to increase that roll, you may. I will be rolling as well. This is an opposed roll, so it will count as 2 intentions, which would put us at 1 and 2.
Okay, a big question. If I want to use a special effect, what does that mean exactly?
You spend, so the special effects are listed. The first number, the number on the left of the slash is the cost. The number on the right of the slash is the number of bonus dice get. You have total of 2 points. So you could do your holdout pistol twice. You could do your room clearing sweep attack once.
Okay, and I'm just fighting the one guy?
You're just fighting this one guy, yeah.
Okay.
In terms of narrative, this is not, he looks big and strong, but it's only the 3rd act. So chances are you're not going to die.
Chances are it's going to be okay. But
You're in the opening credits. You'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. That's sort of one of the conceits of the game. That like the worst thing that we can do to your character is not kill you; it's take away your control of the character. So we have put you in a bad situation, and we are going to see if you win or lose.
all right, so how about I use my holdout pistol, and that'll give me 4 dice.
If you want, well, no, I'll give you 5 dice.
5 dice, okay.
If you want, that's fine. You can do that. I'm gonna roll my dice. You're gonna roll your dice, and we're gonna see what happens. And you're gonna keep your best 2.
Well, my best 2 is just 6.
Out of 5 dice?
Yeah, they got 2 3s were the best rolls I had.
Wow. All right. Well, I got a total of 9, rolling only 2 dice. So you take out your blaster, you take a shot. So we're gonna continue this. You take a shot. You sort of like nick your opponent in the arm, and he is at a -1 penalty. So I'm going to roll 3 dice, and I keep the worst. Or no, you're gonna lose a die because yes, you're the one who lost. So so you're gonna lose a die. So it's 2 dice versus 2 dice. Unless you want to do something.
What could I do?
If you spend a spotlight token, like you could have Mountain of a Man, Tough, whatever it was, you could gain an extra 2 dice.
That seems like a good idea at this point, right?
It's up to you. Whatever you want to do.
All right, we have how many spotlight tokens?
After this, you would have 6 left after this.
All right, I'll spend the spotlight token on Mountain of Man.
All right. So that would give you an extra 2 dice. So you would roll 4 dice, and you're going to keep your best 2.
Okay, rolling 4 dice. And that would be 9.
9. All right. Got 9. We got there. So again, you give him a big shot. You guys are beating each other up pretty badly. He is now at a minus die. So you are back to your normal 3 dice. I'm a -1. So I'm rolling 3, and I'm keeping my worst 2.
All right, so I'm rolling 3 as well.
Yep.
Okay.
So this is continuing. Kids at home are freaking out. What's going to happen to Big O?
And I got 11.
There you go. I got a whopping 2. So you level your opponent with the last blow, and he goes down. It is at this point that the camera pulls up in the crowd, and we see the person overseeing this situation. We don't see their face. We see them sort of from the waist up to, like, here, and we see their hand go out as in Gladiator, and the thumb goes down.
I'm not going to kill this guy.
Okay. You can, if you don't want to kill him, you can make some sort of impassioned speech if you like. That might be a charismatic role. Rudy, if you wish to act, you may do so.
Where am I in relation
Okay,
to
we
all
pull
this?
back, and you are seated next to the person who gave the thumbs down. Bum, bum, bum!
And I'm trying to figure out how we got in this mess in the first place.
Well, that's what we'll get there once we sort of resolve this scene. In classic 70s TV show fashion, we're jumping right in, and a little exposition later. We'll explain.
I give like a head tick to the guy I'm sitting next to, as if to say to Big O, "Hey, bro, you need me to toss this guy over the banister?"
I give him that silent look and eyebrow raise that says, "Yes, please."
So as he sticks his hand out to throw thumb up or thumb down,
he threw thumb down. You're seated next to the guy who threw the thumb down.
right?
So
I was like, "Oh, you need to go downtown now!" And I grab him by his belt, the back of his shirt, and I tumble him over the railing.
okay, so this opponent is a 2-die penalty. So with an adventure of 0 and a 2-die penalty, you have a total of 1 special effect point left if you wanted to use it. But you are going to, as a default, be rolling 4 dice and keeping the worst 2. And one thing to notice is that this is not a he, it is a she.
Got it. Even better.
Yes.
because they're lighter. They throw easier.
Well, hopefully. So
sometimes.
So
Some cases.
so 4 dice, keep the worst 2.
And I am going to use my special effect.
Okay.
I'm going to throw that die in there, throwing all caution to the wind.
Or a little karate.
A little karate.
All right. You got it.
And what will that give me?
That will make you just rolling 2 dice, keeping them.
A 6 and a 4.
That would be a 10. That is a success. So you pick up this NPC who will be named soon. You toss her into the pit. She lands in the sort of the dust, and because it's 70s, it's obviously like dust on a soundstage floor. Big O, we pan back. We see you are not far from this female. It is not a human female. It is a Kanamai female. So the Kanamai, again, as mentioned, were the sort of the canine-like aliens. And the crowd, is cheering. They want action here. So, Big O, I defer to you if you want. I mean, Rudy, you could do something too. So.
I just wanted to get off this planet and get back to buying our decoy rig so we could do our big heist.
Sure, but now you're in the middle of an arena fighting for your life, so that's the way things go sometimes. See, I told you we would go in a weird, different direction. So,
can we just cheese it? Can we just, make a run for our ships, or do we have to somehow appease the local populace before that's going to happen?
Oh no! Oh, well, okay. Here's what I'm going to say. If your intention is to try and get to your ships, yes, you can do that. I'm going to give that a 4 die penalty. For you, Rudy, it will be 2 die penalty for adventure.
So can we?
So I won't say no. I'm saying yep, but it's going to be really hard.
That's really, really hard. I've been rolling
I know.
So is Mike's character with Jacob's character in the pit, or we haven't seen Jacob's character yet?
No, we have not seen Hale yet. Hale, like I said, we're gonna resolve this, and if we're going relatively quickly in terms of real time, and we will get to the point where we figure out what's happening. Let's end this resolution. So, the female leader of this pack has been pushed down into the gladiatorial arena with the Big O. Rudy was up in her box for some reason. We don't know why. The people at home are confused why. Rudy threw her in, and so you guys have choices of what you want to do here.
Do I have a control panel next to me that will open the gladiatorial arena, allowing Big O to make his escape?
Let me see. I'm going to roll a die. Sure, why not? Seems like a 70s sci-fi thing to do. You can, you'll have to give me a thought roll to try and activate it and override the things. We will make it just a straight roll, so you get your 1 thought die. It's still going to be difficult for you guys to make your escape, but yes, you can open the door.
I rolled a 1.
Well, you're rolling 3 dice total. You're going to keep your best 2.
Gotcha. All right. You're doing that.
You're always just in terms of the mechanics. You're always going to roll 2 dice. If you're adding dice, they'll either make you keep your best or worst 2, but you always roll at least 2. So
gotcha. Mike's dice are infecting mine. I got a 3, and a 1.
Oh
yeah, there you go. 3, a 3, and a 1. So you got a whopping total of 6. So you start sort of doing this thing, and we see it like beeping red, and then we see like smoke pouring out of it. So you are not successful.
I hate being not successful.
I know.
You might have to rely on charisma to solve this problem.
You could try and talk to her. She starts pushing herself up from the dusty arena floor, aka the soundstage. The crowd, this is a fight that they were looking for. They are super into it, and you can do whatever you like to try and get your way out of this.
I gotta be a really persuasive space trucker, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
Right.
Tell me what you're what you're gonna do is you're gonna tell me what you're trying to do, what your end result you would want to be, and I will assign the difficulty to you.
I want to give an impassioned speech about the code of the space trucker and how this man hasn't done me enough wrong where I need to take his life. And so I take his life, but I'm trying to right a greater wrong. And so I give them the basic outline of the situation we're in, where what we're trying to do for the greater good.
All right.
And I asked them if they can just hold this PO while we make our way, pick up our decoy truck, and
well, we're gonna try to see if what's gonna happen here. So you can make a roll. I will give you no penalty. So you're rolling 3 dice and keeping your best 2.
3 dice and keeping our best 2. Okay. Hang on, die roller is here. Come on, baby.
Come on, die roller.
6.
6. We see you give this speech. We are going to. So the woman gets up. We see her pick up the stick. We see her walking towards the man who's laying on the ground. The crowd are holding their thumbs down. And Hale, you are aboard the planet we left you on. We're going to cut the scene right here. And we're going to say, Hale, you are aboard this, and we hear the voice. So the voice in this setting is a never-seen narrator over the radio, alerting everyone to the PO and jump net settings. We hear the voice and goes, we got things are going real crazy in the Skylo system. Apparently, some crazy stuff went down. We got some riggers that were captured and sent to the arena in the planet of Ceridwen, and we do not know what's going to happen next. So, Hale, you get this message, and you can do with that information what you will.
He's going to be like, oh, man, what those crazy such and such get up to? It's bleeps because it's the 70s.
Sure, absolutely, yes. We don't have any fracking yet, or whatever the Battlestar Galactica.
Elder Carb.
Yes, exactly.
What are those crazy Drex get up to? And he's going to run for the comet.
Okay. All right. We see you running for the comet. Next, Rudy. We see you in a space tavern / bar surrounded by 80% Kanamai. We see you sort of like holding court. Maybe you're drinking. We're not quite sure what you're doing. No one seems to be acting aggressively towards you. And we have come in on you. What is going to be your reaction? Or people just seem to be enjoying the revelry of the moment.
And that's when I said, you don't know if it's a male. And hopefully they laugh.
They're dogs, so they bark, I guess.
So there's obviously an alpha because, big dog packs.
Well, sure, there would probably be an alpha here, but it is not the alpha of the planet-wide pack. Or
right.
Sure, yeah, you can, yeah.
So I sidle up to him and I'm like, so, did you get that thing?
I know not what you speak of, human. Tell us more of your stories.
Okay. More stories it is. Bartender, another round. And I look for Big O because obviously
Big O is not here.
Yeah, I'm apparently a distraction then. So I'm going.
Not necessarily. So camera pulls away from you, and we see soft lighting. We see bare shoulders. We see the camera pans down before pulling back. We see Big O lying in a bed with silk sheets everywhere. And we see the ruler that we had seen earlier climbing into bed with the Big O.
What?
Yeah!
Puppy love.
Puppy love. All right, I'm out. We can't get any better than that. That's so.
As this becomes a furry iconic show.
Stop right now. We're not going there. No, they're like, they're the Klingons, if you will. Do you know what I mean? They're ostensibly human. They just, whatever. So, Big O, I defer to you. Is there anything you want to do? Or I can chime in if you like. Big O's like, I want to go home. don't want to be here anymore. So Morrigan, which is her name, climbs in bed next to you, and she seems like, although you didn't win the crowd over, she seems to have been charmed by your impassioned speech about humanity and about the sanctity of life and all these codes, and curls up next to you and says, that's wonderful. We'll keep that in mind for your next battle.
My next battle?
Yes.
I'm a full-time gladiator now.
Well, what did you expect?
I thought you would be charmed by my rough and tumble nature and impassioned words and see the error of your ways and let me go on my way to do the greater good.
No, sweetie.
Would you like to back her up? We have some more. You just seem tense. Make up those shoulders.
No, sweetie. You need to fight for me.
Can I fight for you in about a week once I get back from doing this greater good thing?
Oh, no. No, we don't. That's done. This is your new life now.
Can I go outside for a smoke? I just really need a cigarette right now.
Sure.
Okay, thanks.
All right. So we will go to Hale. Hale, you are going to try and set the coordinates to head off to the Skylo system, which is similar to Klingon or Romulan space or whatever. You're not allowed to go there, which means that you may have some trouble getting halfway there, but once you sort of enter the space, then you have trouble of a whole different sort.
Okay.
So I will give you a 1-die obstacle to plot the first half of your course to avoid the PO. Are you doing anything before leaving the planet?
He is, knowing where he's going, he's going to try to think of something he can bring along to maybe bribe the border guards.
Okay,
or see if there's any of the cargo that was already loaded onto the Comet by 20.
Okay, here we go. I would like a so as you're sort of preparing up, we see you sort of like hitting buttons. We hear the sound of the engines starting up and humming. We see the lights start going. There is a tap, a noise at your the window of your cockpit, and we see 20 is standing outside, looking like, hey, what are you doing? And so I'm gonna need a roll from you, and it's gonna be a drama roll, but I'm gonna give you a 2-die benefit. So you're gonna roll 4 dice and keep your best 2.
Okay. Dang. That's a 10.
That's a 10. 10 is good. 10 is success. So he says, what are you doing?
Sorry, 20. My friends are in trouble. I always stick by them.
Your friends are my friends.
We'll be back.
No, we will never leave a man behind. What do you need? What can I do to help you?
You got anything that can get me into the Kanan system?
Not necessarily, but I can give you me and my crew, and we're happy to come along. We are happy to help you with whatever needs being done.
Well, I'm leaving now. You're here. I'm not waiting for your crew.
Give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 space minutes, whatever they would call them. So exactly. Parsectoids. I don't know. Whatever.
Sectons.
So I'm gonna have you so you think about it. So I'm gonna have you make a drama roll with a 1-die penalty. So you're gonna roll 3 dice, keep your worst 2.
Worst 2 will be a 5.
5. You sit here, he's making his case to you, and you're like, yeah, no, why would whatever. 5 minutes is not gonna 5 parsectoids is not going to change the outcome of this whatsoever, and it's better to have more bodies and the like. So you're like, yeah, okay, and we see you loading everyone up, jamming them into your. So think of a semi truck. They have the big cabin, so
Yeah.
we would have a whopping 5 of you. So 2 in front and 3 in the back, and you're all sort of jammed in there, just like on the Dukes of Hazzard when Uncle Jesse, like everyone got in the General Lee. So you are all jammed in. We're good enough. And so I don't know, they would give some sort of rah-rah, like military cheer to let you know that they're ride or die as well. That, a problem of yours is a problem of theirs.
All right. And he will launch into full speed.
All right. So you are going to make a straight-up adventure roll to get the first half of your journey. Don't fail us one, or else you might be in that arena. This is the final intention of Act 3.
All right. I'm gonna use one of the die from the pool.
Sure.
So I can get a lot of dice here, and
So
that
will give you
12.
Yeah, there you go. So you hit it. You've put in the location, and we see you take off, and then we see you. We jump out of hyperspace. We cut to commercial. We come back. We are at the start of Act 4 of our 5-act story.
There are 4 acts, right?
5
acts.
All right.
5 acts. So we come back from commercial. We see you coming out of hyperspace. You are at the edge of Kanamai space. It's going to be a little bit more difficult here. You probably have the coordinates of the Ceridwen planet in the Skylo system. You can put them in, but of course you are not necessarily welcome here. Again, we saw there are humans at the bar where Rudy was, we as viewers, I mean. So it's not like it's crazy. It's just, it's sort of that like, it's bad. That's a bad place over there. So Rudy or Big O, do we want to return to you?
I'll let Rudy go first because I don't know what I'm going to do.
All right. Well, so the way the game works, tell me what you don't need to tell me what your action is. Tell me what your goal is, like what's your intention. Again, using sort of acting terms, it's not necessarily what about a specific action. It's about what you want to do. Sort of what your goal is, and we can sort of negotiate what that means or break it down into multiple steps. I'm not telling you to act now, but what I'm saying is it doesn't need to be like, I'm going to do this, and this, and this, and this. Just say, well, my goal is to do this, and I'll say, well, we can try it in steps, or we can do it as one big thing. So, Rudy.
So I'm, I am going to, I'm still playing with all of the Kanamai, right?
Let's see. Last we left, Big O went out for a smoke. Sure, we see you, but it's later in the evening. There's like smoke in the space bar, but there's not as many people here. You're still here. You probably got a paperback book, and the cover is like a paperback book, but it's written in an alien language because, it's a sci-fi show, of course. And you're probably here having a drink with sort of the people who stay at the bar till closing. So.
Can I use the book as a cover, and maybe I've stolen a super ultra high tech alien device to get word to Hale of where we might be and what kind of trouble we're in?
I love that. Yes, I am going to. This will be. I love the idea. So it's going to be a thought, and you're going to be assisting Hale. That is great. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a 1 die penalty. So I will cancel out your thoughts. So you're rolling 2, keeping 2, unless you want to use one of your 5 remaining spotlight tokens.
I am going to just go with
just 2?
Using the 2.
All right. Roll them and see what you get.
I got a 5 and a 4.
That is a 9. So you can have no effect and you maintain control, or you can succeed and give up control.
I succeed and give up control.
You succeed and give up control. So we see you, and you're doing this thing, and then we see you heading back with a group of revelry, a group of Kanamai who are reveling and heading to the after party, as it were. As you go, you stumble into one place. They bring you to some sort of tablet, console on the wall. Yeah, and we see you like them pointing at it. You do your thing, but you're stuck now at this party, and you sort of get coordinates out to Hale. Hale, you will have 2 bonus dice on your roll to try and get here. So he has sent you coordinates and where all the sort of the problematic areas are, so you can get here more safely. Big O, are you ready, or you want me to keep going? Big O?
Sorry, I was
No, it's okay.
talking to mute. My big plan might be ill-considered. I just wanted to jump over the railing on the balcony and just start sprinting across the desert to wherever my co-pilot is. And I'm not sure if that was wise, because it'll probably end up with me having like, tons of dog aliens chasing after me across the desert. So
Sure, if that's what you want to do, we can try that, or we can go to Hale to see if Hale gets here in time, or whatever. However you want to do it.
Do I know that Rudy's at a bar having a party?
All right, so we're gonna just roll 2 dice for me.
It's not my fault. I'm this character.
No, roll 3 dice. 3 dice. We'll make it 4. Keep the best 2. You'll see why.
I tell you what, change of plans.
Well, it's nothing bad. It's just to give you the information you want. You're looking for what?
7 is the sum of my best 2 dice.
Okay, rolling 5.
Oh, I thought you said rolling 3.
No, rolling 3 extra, 5.
Let me roll 5.
Sure.
And I am using random.org as my die roller.
All right.
They didn't pay me for this endorsement. 11.
All right. Excellent. So you come back in and we see you thinking, and you're like, hey, why was my buddy sitting with you? And Morgan sits up and she goes, oh, Rudy. She's like, do you not know who he is?
I do not. Rudy, are you royalty on this planet?
I'm kind of royalty everywhere.
And
It's not my fault.
as the player says that, we come back and we see flashbacks from other episodes. We see that Rudy is always kind of given a little bit different treatment when it comes to dealing with things here. And we flash way back and we see former President Zonardi, who is the disgraced former leader of the Intergalactic Council, ousted for some unethical maneuverings. But we see him and Rudy together, and the not just implication, but what we are led to believe is that Rudy is his son. Dun dun dun. So it would not behoove her to act against him, because although he might be ousted, still you don't want to raise the ire of the Intergalactic Council. So he is ostensibly, they were like, and that's why, Rudy, I gave you the choice earlier to be like, do you want to go or stay? And you would have been put in a nice soft cell and held for a while and probably released, but not with your ship. So this would be news to Big O.
Okay. Can Rudy's dad in the flashback be played by Gavin McLeod?
Sure. Yeah. Sure. Perfect.
I just like that touch. Okay, then I think at this point the dulcet tones of Barry White swell in the background, and the scene fades to black as
all right.
Big O does the thing he does second best.
Excellent. So Hale, so you, as you're sort of here at the edge of Kanamai space, the implication is that you probably haven't gone in here, and if you have, it was not pleasant. You receive some coordinates and a coded message from Rudy.
Okay.
And it gives you a sort of a better course to plot. So this will give you an extra 2 dice, but you will have 1 obstacle die, so you'll be rolling 3 and keeping your best 2, unless you have something to amplify that.
Not that I can think of right now, so I'll go with what I got, and I will total on 2 dice. I will get
3. Yeah, 3 dice. Keep your best 2.
Keeping my best 2, I will get a 9.
9. So, as with anything, you can fail and maintain control of your character, or you can succeed and give up control of your character.
In this case, I will choose to succeed.
Okay, so you enter the coordinates. We see you enter into jump space, and then we see you we pan away from you. Rudy, we're going to return to you. You are seated on the couch with two beautiful, finger quotes, Kanamai women, and
I don't judge.
There's lots of hazy blue smoke in the air. You look like you've had one too many of many, many things.
So I'm going to try and get a bead on Big O. See if we can start linking this party back together.
Okay. So we see you, and you sort of like push yourself up, and you look out, and we see the dual suns of this planet rising off on the horizon. We see that it's been quite a while since we've last seen you. The female Kanamai seem upset that you are getting up, and you're going to try and find out where the Big O is.
Oh no, I'm going to use them for information to try and find through them.
Sure. Okay. Then you're going to ask them. So you can roll a drama roll, and I'm going to give you no benefit. I'm going to give you no obstacle, no benefit, because they may know something, they may not. So
and
it's not hard to convince them. What?
And I've been buying drinks all night.
And you've been buying drinks all night. So you're just rolling straight 2 and keeping them.
A 6 and a 1.
That would be a 7. So you can maintain control or give up control of your character. You can maintain control and fail, or you can give up control and succeed.
I'm going to give up control.
Give up control. Okay.
And succeed.
All right.
So we got to get this party back together. Get the job done.
They whisper something to you, and then they sort of imply that there's nothing you could do right now. And then we see the two of them start wrapping their arms and legs around you, and we pan out of that scene. So you're not really in a big hurry to go get the Big O.
Please don't tell him that. He's a very large man.
He is. So Big O.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
So what's your goal here? And Hal, I have not forgotten you. I'll get to you.
Have we completed the previous montage of sweet and sensual lovemaking with an alien princess?
We have. We see we see the two moons rising up through the windows, coming in through the windows and the bedroom here of the space princess.
So it's been 20 minutes, and now I'm making omelets in the space kitchen.
Okay.
I think she is perhaps more satisfied than she's ever been in her life.
Wow. Well, let's not get too crazy.
Try to build upon the gratitude she's feeling for me, and see if I can get special favors, like letting me go.
Special favors, like letting me go. Well, if your goal is to have her let you go, that will be a 4-die penalty.
So I get to roll like 1 die and hope I get a 6, and 6 would still be a failure, right?
No. So you would So 4-die penalty. You'd roll your 2. You'd roll an extra 4. You've got 1 here, so you're rolling 5 dice, and you're going to keep your worst 2.
My worst 2.
Yeah.
I've been rolling.
You don't have to do that. I'm just giving you. If you want to go all in on this one action, it's going to be very difficult. So.
Well, I mean, how grateful is she feeling, Barrick?
She is, and she says, sweetie, I can't. I need you to win this tournament. So I'm going to have you we'll do just a straight roll, and you can use your drama here. So no penalty, just your straight. So you're going to roll 3, keep your best 2.
Okay, just a straight drama. 11. The rule says to be, I only roll well if it's not combat related.
That's fine. That's good. So she explains to you that she needs you to win against the chosen gladiator of one of the other packs so she can assert her dominance, and she believes she has the best chance to win with you. All the Kanamai that she had tested before in the arena, none of them succeeded. When she was given the opportunity to pick you up, she paid a handsome price for you with the corrupt PO, and she does need you to win this battle for her so that she can merge the packs and become leader of an even larger pack. How's that for exposition?
All right.
You're like, I don't care.
Now, will winning this fight get us the rigs that we need in order to double-cross our friends who are coming to save us?
Okay, so we now go to Hale, who I believe said he wanted to succeed and gave up control of his character.
That is correct.
We see you at a dock. You're not necessarily where the city proper, so we sort of pull back. We pull way back. We see you sort of at an outlying space dock. We see Kanamai dock workers pulling the gear off of your rig, and we see one of them coming up to you and saying, "Thank you. It's been a pleasure doing business with you." And with that, he climbs into the cab of the Comet as you have given it away.
The things I do for my friends.
Prety much.
So here's a
Not our
question,
fault.
guys. Maybe we should just take over this planet and say screw our buddies.
There you go.
Just rule here is I don't know. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you can. I'm not gonna put an end to whatever you want to do. Like I'm just here to help you tell the story you want to tell.
I was just telling a cheesy joke, Barrick.
I know. I'm just saying, like you can. I'm not tied to like if the setting, if the series takes a weird turn, it takes a weird turn, or next episode we've just forgotten the fact that you took over an entire planet and you're back to running rigs because that's the way 70s television was.
Okay.
So just in terms of timing, I have about 10 minutes.
That's what I got too.
Yeah, we have about seven intentions left in this. So if you guys want to, you guys can talk now. Although your characters are not together, the players can talk about what they want to do, and we can see how we go as we head into Act 5.
So if we get the Big O doing his best Barry White and throwing down the excellent baritone, making everything great with the Space Princess, we might be able to wrangle this into pulling off our original plan and stopping this whole bank robbery thing.
How would that work?
Obviously, we did not get the trucks that we needed.
Yeah.
So we could end up with an extra rig, get the money, get the girls, sort of woof, and then
They're real dogs.
Hey, like I said, don't judge. All kinds, all types. I'm a lover. And then maybe still pull the double cross.
So in terms of like game mechanics, so when we left on that cliffhanger, I was like, let's take this in a different direction. As 70s television would often do, they set you up for one thing and then it takes a swerve and becomes something else. So the whole bank robbery, 20 and his crew are not necessarily as interested. 20 and his crew are here to help you guys rescue. They're here to help Hale rescue his friends. So that's what it is. Now, if that ends up with Big O re-entering the gladiatorial arena and winning, and then marrying Morrigan and becoming the king of this pack, so be it. And again, I'm not telling you what to do. What I'm saying is now that's not to say you cannot go back to that other thing. We are,
Gotcha.
nearing the end of Act 4. We only have Act 5 ahead of us. So, we're sort of nearing the end of the episode. So we will wrap it up in some way or another.
Probably the best way to go then would be to have the Big O make his gladiatorial reemergence and fight for the title one more time.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably going to be the best way to move the story along, unless Hale and Rudy work together and manage to spring me mid-fight from the gladiatorial arena with the assistance of 20.
Ooh,
That's
that
what I
would
was
be cool.
thinking. Hale shows up halfway through the gladiator fight, just weapons blazing, to come and try save everyone.
Sure. And again, that works too. So.
And if Hale and his shady crew don't make it out of that fight, it's okay too.
Let's do it.
Okay, so in terms of narrative, so we see Hale, we see the comet take off, and we see that sort of like Hale's like, what did I do? And it's what happens in this situation. It's okay to sell your rig. It's not like you're stuck on the planet where no one likes you. You do have your crates of stuff here. We see you have a space keychain, and we see like a beat up, basically pickup truck that is not space worthy. It is definitely sort of a land vehicle that you have the keys to here. Apparently, this was part of the trade that you made. And while you are here, because again, we are in Act 4, we see stumbling out of a door, coming from a very sort of sketchy looking alley, none other than Rudy. Rudy, where are you? Rudy?
Coming out of the alley, me with an entourage of
yes, exactly. So
yes.
you somehow ended up in this, like part of the, not necessarily part of the city, sort of part, like, sort of on the outskirts of the city, this very shady bar and a very shady sort of apartment after party sort of thing. And you stumble out and the sun is very bright. Well, the suns, plural, are very bright. We see you sort of shielding your eyes, and you see Hale and 20 and all of 20's crew. And you're like, huh, I guess it worked, the information that you sent.
Nice.
There you go.
Link back up.
There you go. So you've got ostensibly a big old beater, Dodge Ram pickup truck, whatever, space Ram pickup truck. So you could get 2, maybe 3 people in front. You could put a bunch of people in back, along with whatever equipment and gear you brought with you.
It's me, Rudy, and one of the Kanamai girls in the front, and everyone else in the back with the equipment.
There you go. Nice. That works. So. What's your plan? So we see. So whereas like
save Big O.
So when the comet starts up, it's got that nice, sort of hum. This starts up, it does not have a nice hum at all. It's got, we see like it, the equivalent of like the engine's trying hard to turn over in space, the space engine, but yet it's not space worthy. The future, the sci-fi engine. So Rudy shows up. I don't know if you want to fill him in on the plan and what's going on, or if we're just taking off.
So I heard Big O is having some issues. Got any leads on him?
Big problems for Big O. Yeah, he's going to be fighting tonight. We need to come up with a plan to pull him. As everybody's going to be more focused on the fight than all the other stuff going on, maybe we should wait till it's at the highlight of everything going on and then storm in there, guns blazing. But then again, I'm not the soldier. I'm just the mouthpiece.
Well, I still got my gun. I can do that plan.
Let's do this.
Okay. I'm going to send... Anyway, well, whatever. It's neither here nor there. I had an image I was going to show. I don't know how to get it to you. It's Isaac Hayes from his Oscar performance when he's like bare chested and has chains all on him. We see Big O getting prepped by multiple of Morrigan's sort of handmaidens, greasing up his chest, putting chains on him, preparing him for a gladiatorial battle. Big O doesn't seem too happy about this, but he also doesn't seem too upset either, as they are scantily dressed, if you will. So those of you looking to take off, you are carrying a bunch of sort of contraband type equipment. So in order to gain entrance to the city, you finally get the truck started up, and you're taking off, and then you come up, and there are a couple guards here, big space wall protecting the city. Again, it makes no sense because all you'd have to do would be to fly in if you could fly, which you guys can't. But so anyway, what are you guys going to do? You're stopped there by the guards. It looks like they're going to come search your vehicle.
I bribed the guards with one of the girls.
All right. Well, that's a interesting way to go about things. Let's roll a drama roll to do that.
Because it's the 70s and it's sexist.
Oh, no, sure, absolutely. I'm saying let's give it a drama roll to see if you can convince the woman as well as the guard that this would be the best solution to this problem.
Okay, I'll use
just whatever your straight drama is.
I'll use from one of the pool.
Okay, sure.
And
that'll give you an extra 2 dice.
Best 2, get an 11.
Okay. There you go. So we see we pull back. We see your vehicle entering. The gates are closing behind you. we see one of the Kanamai sort of with the guards and doing that thing here. You have gained entrance to the city. Off in the distance, we see sort of the gladiatorial arena. We see people heading there. We see posters of Big O preparing for the fight. We cannot make out his opponent. We see, hear the crowd sort of beginning to chant and getting very excited with all of this as you are heading to the city. Big O, is there anything you want to do, or are you just getting ready for your destiny? Big O?
You're muted. You have a mute, Mike.
Yeah, sorry about that. Always multiple windows for the streaming. Yeah, I'm just doing a training montage.
Okay.
Shadow boxing, focusing really intently.
Nice.
What kind of music are you playing during your training montage?
Isaac Hayes.
Yes.
Of course it's Isaac Hayes.
It's not Survivor?
No, we would probably, because it's a 70s sci-fi TV show, we would probably see Isaac Hayes playing a space organ and singing a song, riling up the crowd, getting ready for a weird cameo in the show. So, we spare no expense here for the Galactic run for the budget with this one.
Except for, sawdust on the soundstage.
Hey, Isaac Hayes doesn't come cheap. He's an Oscar winner. He sang the theme to Shaft. Exactly. So here's what we will do. The truck pulls up at the outside of the arena. We see, you guys get in. You realize it's not going to be as easy as you thought to gain entrance wielding all your weapons. We see Big O walking down the hall, preparing for combat. We hear Isaac Hayes playing in the background. Those of you on the ground, which would be Hale and Rudy and the crew, what is your plan?
Hale, what do you think?
I think we do this the tunnel rat way. Back when we did this in the war, we go through the sewers.
Yeah, dude, I was in prep school. Okay,
we go through the sewers.
You have a mask, something I can put over my face, and maybe a hairnet because this doesn't come cheap.
All right. Why don't Rudy give me a thought roll?
I am thinking.
So you have a thought of 1, so it's 3 dice. Keep your best 2.
Yeah. Oh, 3 dice?
Yeah.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. So, yeah, that's what we're looking at right there.
No.
So what did you get?
A 1, a 1, and a 2.
All right. Excellent. So here's what happens. We see you going to the sewers. Rudy's like, I don't know. And we look over and we see a sewer entrance. We see, what was his name? We see Fred Dreyer, a.k.a. Creature, pick it up in a feat of strength. You guys all drop down. We shine the light around. There's nothing but Kanamai soldiers down here, and we are going to stop here for now. So, as you guys have gotten into a worse situation than you realize. So,
I'm sorry, guys. My dice hate me.
Hey, that's where the drama comes from. The bad dice. There's no failure. There's only interesting stories to tell.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I'm having a good time with this game, but we're failing spectacularly.
Yes,
but that's okay. That it's driving the story forward, right?
The dramatic failures are what make for the fun stories.
Exactly.
And spandex.
All right. There are 4 of you down here. If you want, we will finish this up in grand fashion. I'm going to need, Hale and Rudy, you're going to roll for yourselves. Okay.
Okay.
And then we're going to roll for the rest of the characters to see how you get out of this. So we have 6 acts left, or we have 6 intentions left in Act 4. So we're going to finish this skirmish and see where it ends up and what condition you're in as we head towards commercial. Does that work? Yeah. If you want, I can roll for people. You can roll for people. Whatever you want to do.
I'll roll.
Yeah. Okay. Well, for you, I mean for the NPCs and the others.
Oh, you roll for the NPCs.
Okay, you got it. I will do so. You guys roll and let me know what you get.
What are we rolling? 2 dice.
So let me roll first. and let's see how it goes. And you guys, I want you guys to roll. Yes, you're going to roll adventure. If you want to spend anything, you can. You have a total of 4 spotlight tokens. Let's see. Hale, you have 1 special effect point.
I'm going to use my special effects point.
Okay,
for my sawed-off blaster.
All right, so we've got your sawed-off blaster. Great. So that's going to give you an extra 2 dice. So you'll be rolling 5 dice, keeping the best 2. Rudy, you'll be rolling 2 and keeping them. So Rudy, I want you to roll and keep your dice there. Hale, I want you to roll, and I'm going to do some rolling, and then I will describe what happens. Oh, you don't
11.
Need 11, you're good. You take out your sawed-off blaster, you start blasting people. Bow, pew, pew.
I got a 9.
Okay, you got a 9. What about if you were to roll 2 more dice?
2 more dice.
Yeah, see if you can get anything higher than that.
A 6 and a 1.
So yes, the 6 will give you something higher, right? If
Yes,
you were to
sir.
replace the 6 with something else?
So
you had a 9. What was the two dice you had?
that would give me an 11. I had
11. Okay.
Yeah, I had a 5 and a 4.
Okay, so let me just roll some dice here, and we'll see what happens in this pew 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 space battle. Pew pew pew.
Love pew 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 space battle.
That's what it is. That's what we're ending up on. So, okay, we see lots of pew 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 battles down in the stinky sewers. We're not asking why there are soldiers down here. We're just going with the flow of the things here. What we do see, however, is we see Rudy, like it looks like Rudy's not going to make it. And we see 20 come up, and 20 starts blasting, and 20 says, you know, we always stick together. And we see 20 step in the way and take a blast to the chest as Hale and Rudy exit the sewers. Just the 2 of you. The other 4 stay. Look, again, it's that, sort of camaraderie of the military. And we see you're not necessarily coming out into the arena, but you are going to we assume you're going to make your escape as we end Act 4 and head to commercial. So how's that for an ending?
Oh,
That works for me.
All right.
All right, guys, I got to pick up my kid from kindergarten.
Yeah, you got it.
We'll schedule our last episode offline. Okay.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
all right.
All right.
Sweet.
And
All right. I hope you guys had fun. Thank you.
that was a great time. Thank you. And for listeners, go to Drive-Thru RPG, do a search for Retrostar, and you can obtain this fine weaponized dose of science fiction nostalgia for yourself.
Rah.
Rah. All right, hey, Derek, thanks again for making
You got
time.
it.
It was
Absolutely.
a lot of fun. Twitch streamers, we're stopping streaming now, and we've stopped recording, and we're stopping the broadcast. Catch us next time on the BAMF podcast. Thanks a lot.